Damn
It's just
time.
ridiculous. Anyway, we should actually do something rather than be on a blank screen. How about we switch over to our
Oh, God.
actual
Oh,
actual screen and we'll get this started, shall we?
Why?
Fantastic.
We can't just. Okay, yeah, why not?
We can't just yes,
I guess.
I can.
I guess.
I can.
I'll work. I guess.
can. Kia ora, good morning. No, it's not morning. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. All right, let's start. What is it? Week 5 of Project Pohewa.
It's
Now,
something or other.
yeah, we're week 5. Now, what's on screen says week 4. You don't even see this, do you, Trecky? I've got to share you.
Oh no, wait. I don't know.
Bear with me while
I will pop in to see the stream screen for a second.
No, there you go. I think I just shared it to you.
Yep. I will take a look.
Done.
Ooh, look at that. Look at that screen.
Done and done. All right, so this is week 4, so we're in week 5 now. 5th
Trekky's
week.
death phase. I like that.
We're gonna have Trekky's death phase. We're also going to have a trapezoid-esque motif in one of the moons. The other one will have Trekky's face.
Now that's fancy. that requires some trapezoid lore.
Can I get a screenshot of you, Treky, doing the Steve-O, like, big thumbs up and smiling? Have you seen that? and we'll take that, we'll black and white it, and emboss it onto one of the moons.
I'm honored, really.
And whenever the moons align between the sun and the planet, they're perfectly aligned. There'll be a patch on the planet where it reflects your face doing the grin and thumbs up.
For the death phase.
And that will be
blind children are drowning.
That will be encompassed within that image will be Trekky's death phase. And anything going into that will die a horrendous death to quadrilaterals.
A
ring of quadrilaterals. How does that sound?
Great. I mean, that sounds great. And you know what? After this conversation, we'll have to racially motivate it.
We will. The circle will always have to fall on a village of
fair-haired, fair-skinned people.
I was gonna say black, Jewish, Muslim, Hindus. With
sorry, the Mormons too. Just you know, I don't know why. It's clearly racially motivated.
We'll make it as racially profiling as possible within Trekky's death phase.
I approve.
Only Canadians survive going into it.
I don't know why I'm playing with this.
What are you playing with exactly?
Don't ask questions I want answers to. No, it's
Okay, that's going in the wrong direction.
It was part of a lamp, one of my lamps that I have here.
Right, I see. Alrighty. So apart from Trekky's death phase, recapping, yes, Space Cat, you will be the lone survivor. You will be the lone survivor standing in the center of Trekky's death phase.
I'll allow you to survive.
Those that survive through the good graces of the Trekimus.
I'll allow it.
So recapping on last week's Bust Out Broadcast and Project Pohewa, we had Trekky's death phase, which has getting more and more racial profiling every single week.
Racially motivated, motivated death phases.
Oh, we've got some gradual changes leading up to True Lunar. This is not racial changes.
No, this isn't. It's not like darkening and lighting. It's
actually, everything will get darker, but
all.
That's nothing to do with profiling.
Why does everything die when everything gets darker?
Because that's what you came up with.
Racial motivation.
That was your idea to have everything become really dangerous and people dying during this phase. Trekky's death phase.
There needs to be some sort of population control.
Okay. Trekky's death phase, population control. There you go.
Except for fish.
Absolutely no racial
motivation.
There you go.
Yet. Until we actually have like races.
Right.
Because if there's not race in this world, then I mean, like, what's gonna motivate people?
Well, we don't have anyone in our world. We just have a world.
Not yet, but we will.
When
we do, it might get a little bit
racial.
Yeah, just a bit.
just a little bit. Just a little bit. All right. We had DJ alignment, gravity shift, pull. I think that's to do with the moons lining up, and we're gonna have like the big changes in gravity. Have a super tide time. That's right. We had super tide time.
Super tide time.
Yep. Super tide time.
I remember that.
Super tide time and Trekky's death phase. It's gonna be an interesting time for these poor blind children.
All right. Blind children drowning or swimming really well. I don't know. We'll find out.
We will find out.
Find out next week on.
Huge tides for side facing the moons and sun. Extreme low tide for side facing away. Light fading gradually up to true lunar. Gradually getting light after true lunar.
Yeah.
Heat dissipating and obviously gradual return. So we're kind of in a theme of during the lunar phase, going through this phase of like ramping up and then slowly dying down. Gradual death. Except we're gonna have a period of immense gradual death. Or just immediate death. Who knows?
Sounds like shits and gigs.
It does. Much shits and gigs. Can happen during phase 1 or 2. So this is going back to our awesome formula. Have you figured out this formula yet, Treky? I'm expecting you've sat down with this for like hours on end. You've pored over it. You've got an intimate knowledge of how our formula now works, and you can explain to everyone exactly when and how our lunar phase will occur.
You're my calculator.
What's that? You lost your calculator?
No, I'm gonna use you as my calculator.
I am your calculation. That's probably worse than Trekky's death phase.
It's not hard to grasp. I'm just too lazy to grasp it.
You'll grasp it at some point, because if you ever write
stories... No, I can. I'm just saying that I just don't at this point. I'm not gonna use it until I need to use it.
Yes. Sounds like a good idea. I think.
For now.
So long as we can sort of.
All I can see is Trekky's vision of math at the bottom of the screen there, and I mean, I'm starting to rethink that, because I don't know, because I don't think we want to glorify meth. My vision of meth is clearly something spectacular. No, it's still gotta be meth. I mean, I don't know. It might as well be meth. Fuck it, meth. Drug paraphernalia? Yeah, that works out.
I can't spell paraphernalia. There you go.
Who needs to spell?
Oh god, it went onto the other thing. There we go.
Good work.
I thought so.
I was impressed by that, actually. I mean...
There you go.
It's pretty good.
Now everything's on a different line. That's okay.
You say it's okay, but it's eating you alive.
It is. It is. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh god, I'm breaking everything. It's all breaking! There you go. Oh god, there's things everywhere.
You've murdered it. Here? You just ruined it, I think. I don't know what you've done, but you've done it. It has been done.
Nope, there you go. Okay. Fixed. Sort of. God, Treky, you make me do so much work. This is not meant to be a time of work, my friend. This is meant to be a time of awesomeness. Alrighty, so we did touch onto like the environments and stuff, and had a few, pictures and bits and pieces to give us ideas, I suppose. We're not going to stick onto environments at this stage. That'll come later on when we actually start to envision exactly what our world is going to look like and how it's going to be represented in different places. But from that, we will move on, I suppose, to today's stuff, where we will Go on to week 5 and look at continents.
Fancy.
Fancy. Totally fancy. So, we need to look at number of continents, sizes, the style of the continent, so the general gist of what kind of environments we're going to be in that, on that, around that continent, and outlying areas like, I don't know, islands and bits and pieces, just to dot it. Islands.
Little Kiwi islands.
Little Kiwi islands. Should we have a Kiwi-shaped island? That'd be interesting.
Why not? There's an entire island here that's
well, I
about
think
the size.
I think
don't know.
I think out of everything, I'm gonna write a little misc thing down here, and I think from everything we need to have the island of blind children. This will be the island of blind children. This is Trekky's cult. Trekky's cult.
I'm gonna write all lore on this. You understand? I'm literally gonna sit
This is the
somewhere
island
for like
of blind
3 days
children.
on
This is
end,
Trekky's
writing
cult.
lore of all this bullshit, and it's gonna be just fucking comic relief.
It's gonna be good. Okay. Hey, and Rederass has joined us. How's it going, dude? Kia ora. Welcome back. Haven't seen you for a while.
Hello.
Hello. We'll go back to number of continents, and we'll decide on what number of continents we want to do. How many continents are we going to look
What
at?
the hell are you trying to type?
Are we going to look at one big continent for now? Do you want to look at multiple continents? Remembering this planet is going to be slightly smaller than our Earth, so we can't really have...
Well, we could have a lot, but they just have to be smaller.
Exactly.
I don't know. It depends which one you want to start with. I was thinking of starting with the one where I don't know why I said shit. Stuff starts.
Stuff.
Like...
So we want to look at one central
wherever...
main continent to begin with, is what you're saying?
Yeah. Kind of. So maybe one that has a bunch of different environments on it, where, I don't know, people could have started from, or maybe the one, or maybe not the one that has the place where, like, this magical kind of thing is going to be, which I think we said that we were going to do, did we? I don't quite remember.
What magical? I'm a little confused. What magical thing are we talking about here?
I thought we were going to have, like, an environment where it's going to be kind of like... a place where there's going to be, like, active magic stuff. Place.
Yeah, potentially, but that'll be something that we'll probably jump into later. I don't know. Well, let's stick with main continents and outlying bodies and stuff, and draw up a central world idea, and then we can look at the more high fantasy sort of stuff, like we were talking about last week.
All right. So basically, what you want to do is draw
your meth lab environment, floating islands, all that kind of stuff.
So you just want to draw out an undetailed map.
I would like to draw out a map. I'm terrible at drawing out maps, so this will take some long time. I'd like to sit down and we can, like, nut out the ideas of how many continents, their sizes, roughly sort of like what things are going to look like and stuff, and then we can sit down and go, right, let's draw it and make it kind of real.
Okay. We're definitely gonna need someone for that.
We are. But that's all good. That's all good. We can run this around a central main continent idea. I would like to see some broken up continents, just purely because you've got fantasy worlds, like let's take like Lord of the Rings, where everything is just set in a single area. It doesn't mean
in one place.
It doesn't mean that that's the only place and in that universe. It just means that, like, that's all that they're focused on for the body of those works. You've got World of Warcraft, where if we go like pre-expansion World of Warcraft, In Warcraft lore, you have two very distinct main bodies with a third body at the top, and that was really about it. There weren't really much in the way of island chains or anything. It was quite
Hmm.
symmetrical and very noticeable sort of fantasy world.
Hmm. Um, one of the big things that I played with a lot when I was doing lore with these kind of different continents and stuff was, um, with the Dungeons and Dragons game, there was the main continent that everybody knew about, and then eventually what happened is this one race got exiled from it, and basically like 100 years later they came back and they're completely different. They were a completely different race. So they basically turned from elves who lived in the desert for like 1,000 years, and they came back and they were orcs now because the different environment completely fucking changed them. So playing with the
Yes.
different environments is really having one main continent is kind of cool because then you can play around with stuff that happens in other continents that you don't know about.
But the idea is we're going to know about the continents, the vast majority. Like, we will have the basics of our world, and in my mind, like, we would have, you know, our main continents and stuff sorted out. When it comes to storytelling and introducing new aspects, then new island bodies can emerge and stuff from that, and we can explain it through the story. But if we just do like one big main central one and a few outlying sort of places, then the main body of work would all be on that central continent. I don't know.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
this
yeah,
is
kind of,
this
yeah.
is the hard thing to do in terms of when it comes to storytelling. So keeping that in mind, we're in a predicament of, if we say we're just going to have so many continents, they're going to be so big, whatever, once we actually get to the point of storytelling, we've built our world, we have our continents. If somebody tries to introduce something new, then it vastly changes everything that we've already worked on.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if we
But that's the
don't...
thing. We'll have everything worked on already, so no one can introduce anything new.
Exactly, and that's a bad thing. Because
No, but the
you
thing
need to
is,
be able to introduce new
oh yeah.
stuff. But we can introduce new things through active magic and stuff as well.
Or
So
we could just not reveal everything. We could just
or
reveal
we could just say,
like 3 now, and then we can have a Project Pohewa expansion pack, and be like, oh, there's
yes.
actually 2 more continents. I have no idea what kind of lore I was
Actually,
reading for the past 2 weeks. Now I have these 2 more continents, and oh, they're great.
just turn around. Hey guys, you know how we created this big world and we finalized it and we had all this awesome stuff?
Yeah.
Hell, turns out there's another continent. Who
Did you
knew?
hear about the 20-cent expansion pack?
Yeah, 20-cent expansion pack. It introduces a whole new continent, guys. Come on, it was always there.
Introduces the meth
We
continent.
just didn't know about that. That'd make sense. Just, all you've got to do is take this drug and the continent
A
is
bunch
available.
of drunk sailors found it.
Okay, so you're saying one central main continent. I like
Or just
I
a
like
couple.
doing things in threes. Like, this is gonna sound really weird, but everything that I do, I like to do in threes for coming up with ideas and stuff. So I would generally suggest having at least 3 bodies of land that we can kind of work off.
Well, we need at least one to be like the child death island.
Child death, the blind children, Trekky's cult island.
Yep, it's
We-
gonna be the trapezoid cult. I'm gonna ride this out.
The trapezoid cult. Alrighty. Okay, so I'm happy with going with a central main continent idea. We can go with like smaller bodies off the main continent. along with I don't know whether we have like chains of islands and stuff. That'll be smaller details, I suppose, that we can get into. But if we work off just one main continent for now, and then we can kind of add things in as we go. Size, how big? How much of the world is this taking up? How big is this landmass?
A little bit.
A,
A little bit.
it's just a little bit, just not much, just
Ugh.
a little bit.
I need a light on my face. I'm looking a little bit sickly.
Oh, you're
I'm
alright.
dying. I'm dying.
Just Hulk out, you'll be fine.
I'm gonna get my Hulk glow. I need something green. Do I have anything green? I don't have anything green laying around right now.
Right, so this is kind of getting into math stuff or meth stuff, whichever way you want to look at it.
Why not both? Let's not get into math stuff.
Let's not.
How about we don't?
How about no? All right. Well, as far as size goes, I suppose it doesn't really matter too much. It's not going to be like half the world's size. It'll be big, but not too big, but big.
But large.
So are we going to have one single continent that's larger than all of the others?
If you want to do 3, I would either say have one that's bigger than the others or have one that's smaller than the others. Because having them all the same size is just, I don't know, it's kind of dumb to me. It's not, well, not dumb, but not enough.
Not gonna happen, Savage. Not gonna happen.
Not enough stuff.
So, the size, I'm thinking, yeah, if one central, so we'll go with one central and 2 smaller bodies.
All right.
Sound good? Because then we can work with, you know,
sounds good to me.
Stuff. So, one
Stuff.
large central continent. Doesn't have to be central, but like, you know, as in it is our central point of focus
happens.
at the moment.
Where stuff happens.
2 smaller continents.
2 smaller, less important continents, of course.
2 smaller.
Shiny, a little bit shiny.
Important continents.
Because of racial motivation.
Because of Trekky's racial profiling. It's all gonna come back to that, isn't it?
It's gonna be bad. This is.
I would say what we do is we take our.
I'm gonna get banned from Twitch.
We take our larger continent and we put that like towards one of the extremes, one of the poles, so that you've got a say maybe like a third of it or something is more of a snow area thing.
Yes.
Close to one of the poles. Yes, one of the poles. Just one of them. And then the 2 smaller ones.
I kind of want to make it the
maybe
south, because having the north be cold is, I don't know, it feels too cliche.
You want it to be the south.
Yeah. Because saying, oh, the north, blah, 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 having the north always be
Oh my
cold,
God, I
it
can't
just,
do this.
I don't know, it's just too...
You're too.
Eh.
But then we can say winter is coming because it's coming from the north.
Yeah, but then winter comes from the south, and we're like, what the fuck do you mean winter's coming from the south? And then they all die.
Winter's coming! Quick, go south! Oh, but that's where it's coming from!
Exactly. So, So it gets rid of a problem right there. You get all the idiots who go south and they die. It solves itself. More population control.
It does. It does. So this will be a rather large body. I'm gonna say like, we'll just say it's closer to the south, and some of it is covered in ice and snow and whatnot, and tons of mountains, because tons of mountains are just epic. And Trecky lives there with his horde of blind children.
Yes.
He can
And
be
polar
our
bears.
you can be our Father Christmas.
Don't
You can
forget
be our
about my
Santa
polar
Claus.
bears.
Tricky Claus and
Yeah.
the blind children.
I don't ride in a sleigh that's led by reindeer. I ride in a sleigh that's dragged by blind children.
You ride on the back of a gigantic pig, pulled along by blind children.
What?
That's
Why is it a pig? Are there pigs in this world? Like, I'm gonna have to make my own
A pig
animal that's
sort
like
of
a
thing.
trapezoid pig. It's gonna have to be a trapezoid pig
That'd be the weirdest shape ever.
that has
in the
Hulk
world.
Q to it.
Hulk Q pig trapezoid sleigh
What have I done?
with blind children
What have I done?
in Trekky's death phase, which will happen around the end of the year, like Christmas always does.
This feels like it's gone a little bit too far, and I love it.
It should
I
go
pushed-
it should go too far at times. It should always be.
I passed. The thing is, when I passed the line, I just kept dragging it behind me, so I can't
So
much further past it.
let's go on to the large continent.
The
The-
large.
Large continent.
Does that start with a WH? Is that like large?
Part of
I mean, I'm gonna wait a couple seconds to put that in chat because this is how it's gonna spell.
snowy. Part of it snowy. No, I don't know. Large.
Large.
Large. We are on the large continent. Tricky's death phase.
Okay.
What do you reckon? Are we gonna make this a big round continent? A big elongated continent? Will it be a trapezoid? This is a question I want to ask.
At least one of the. I don't think we're gonna make an entire continent trapezoid, but I want, like, the little Death Island definitely has to be a trapezoid.
The island of blind children, aka
The trapezoid Isle.
Trapezoid Isle.
But I don't know. It
It's
can be
gonna be large,
a large ovalesque shape.
oval-esque.
I said ovalesque because like an elongated oval kind of is what I was thinking.
Oh, excuse me. Ugh.
Dying?
Whoa.
Sounds like you're dying up there.
We just got daylight savings just kicked in or ended.
Or ended or what? What?
It ended. Daylight savings
Yeah.
just ended here.
Anyway.
So I had my clocks turned back an hour, which is why we started kind of late, is
Oh.
because for me it's only 3:40, but normally it would have been 4:40 because my clocks went back
see.
and stuff. But that's why things have been.
That's why my timing was all fucked up.
Yes.
Last week it was 10.
Yes. Now it's 11, or not?
Great.
Yes. Yes. Fantastic. But that's why all my times are going to change because I'm 1 hour behind what I normally am now, thanks to stupid daylight savings. I hate daylight savings. Like, who the
Thanks,
hell
golf players.
invented daylight savings?
It was an American golf player, I believe. I don't.
Screw him. Screw him completely.
It was because he wanted more time to play golf.
I
because he was a
know.
prick.
There's something stupid like
And
that.
well, I don't know about other places, but in the prairies in Canada, they don't do daylight savings.
No, well, we're like, New Zealand's got lots of farmland and stuff, and of course farmers can't change the hours because their animals are all used to set routines and patterns.
Yeah.
So lots of our rural towns don't observe daylight savings. Of course, I live in the capital, so we
Oh,
observe
fancy.
it. We
I'm
observe
Neralyte
galaxies.
from the capital.
Oh, I live in the capital, which is not our biggest city. It's our third largest city. Actually, it's probably our
That's the
second now,
same.
thanks to the earthquakes in Christchurch. But we won't get into that.
We won't get into earthquakes yet because those are probably racially motivated too.
They are. They are.
Did they
And
just target
they're all
like?
done. They're all done by
Did they,
Trekkie.
did they
Thus
just
they
target
are
like the
racially
native
motivated.
islanders?
They
They did, didn't they?
they targeted all the people that would live there because they hate all of them equally. That's how racially motivated it is.
So it was racially motivated.
It
I
was
know.
racially motivated.
I know.
Hated all of the races. It was an Earth supremacist.
What? What?
I mean, you get white supremacists.
No,
White supremacists hate everybody. They only like white people. So it's an Earth supremacist. It hates everything. It only likes Earth.
Hate white people too.
What?
They
White
got it.
supremacists hate white people.
I think white supremacists just like to hate people.
I
They're
think
just like,
so.
yeah, it's fun.
It's racially
Instead of
motivated.
being like potheads, they're like, yeah, I like to smoke dope. It's fun. They're like just
I like to hate
skinheads.
people.
They're like, I like to hate people. It's fucking great.
So it's
It's
the
it's easier
internet.
than loving people.
So what we've touched on here is the internet.
Yep. You just summed up my entire Twitch channel.
It's essentially what it is. It's fun to hate people.
If you guys are racist,
Welcome to the internet, where everybody gets to be racist.
That's a great slogan.
What? What? I missed something.
Welcome to YouTube. It's fun to hate people.
It's fun to hate people. It's
Oh, contain
Treaky's
myself.
new channel.
Must contain.
We're no longer doing racial profiling with Treky. We're just having fun to hate people. Trekky's Island of Blind Children, because it's fun to hate people.
Okay, you ruined it. You killed the joke there. Yeah. I'm
No.
done now.
No, screw
done.
you. Your blind children hate you. That's right.
I made them blind.
That's why they hate you. They don't like you anymore. You've just got to get
I'm
over
tearing
that.
up. I'm tearing up. I'm so sad because the blind children hate
I'm
me.
sorry I made you cry. I'm sorry. Welcome to the internet.
Are we like? Are we working? We were working.
I don't know. I keep typing random stuff like this and then just like deleting it because we're not getting
Clarge.
anywhere.
What the fuck? PS4, go away. Hang on. Where's my headset? Voice
Damn you,
command it.
PS4!
That's
It's
so
not
good.
the
Okay.
time for this. Go away. I'll love you another time.
Yeah, I paid
So-
$500 for the damn thing, and it just annoys me.
Partially frozen over towards the south. Ha! I got somewhere. Take that, Trekimus. Don't slow clap me.
I just did.
Nobody appreciates that.
I appreciate.
I mean, I appreciate
That's-
it.
that's
but
all that
nobody
counts.
Appreciates it.
Really, if I appreciate it, there
It's,
you go.
that's how it happened. It's just how it happened. So,
What else I was gonna say?
are you gonna contribute? Is this
Like,
is this a democracy, or am I just gonna have a dictatorship here? Is that where we're
No,
where we're heading?
I'm just following your lead. It's not like a complete dictatorship. It's more like this is a communism here. We have like one figurehead, and I just kind of follow.
Right. So, in your view, this is partially racially motivated.
Kind of like it's partially frozen over.
kind of partially frozen. That's racially motivated as well. What else are we gonna do with this large continent? Does anybody have ideas? So we're gonna have it towards
why
the
don't we
south.
just-
It's gonna be partially frozen over down there. Winter will come from the south and kill absolutely everybody trying to escape it because they'll be going south as well, for no apparent reason. Other than that would be awesome.
Except for that, they're blind children. They can't see which way is south.
The blind children live on a trapezoid-esque shape island of doom.
How do they know that? They're blind.
They have no concept of winter or racial
Or
profiling or
trapezoids.
anything. I
Or
think they, I think living
they
on the island, they
probably
might have a
actually wait, no.
concept of them.
Yeah, do they can
I have
probably
the.
smell some races because there's gonna be some races that are like furry or something. I don't know. They'll be able to be racist still
Did I
probably.
tell you of my idea that I came up with the other day about how we could introduce these blind children on this remote island nowhere?
It's probably offensive,
It
but
probably
I'd love to
is.
hear it. I'd love to
Um,
hear this.
so the idea was that we could have like some big disaster or something before like a fishing village or something like that, and a family with a pregnant woman can be like stranded on a boat or something on a raft and eventually make it to this island and they have no way off and there's a cave and they end up going down into the cave and over the generations mutate into these blind satanic children of doom,
It sounds great.
and that can be Trekky's cult
It's so
of
beautiful.
blind children.
It's so beautiful. They're gonna build a church to the trapezoid mother.
I don't think it's going.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's so,
Okay,
so beautiful. Well, there would be not beautiful parts in there. Things like, what do they live on? They probably ended up eating each other at times, so they're quite
that's
cannibalistic.
What's so beautiful about it.
Also, it's a
is
single
so
family,
beautiful.
so there's definitely going to have to be some form of incest going on.
There's
there.
gonna be inbreeding, and it's probably not gonna be willingful. There's probably gonna be a little bit of forced,
And
I'm not gonna.
they turn
I
into
mean, I would say
monster
racial
things. So
motivation.
the
but I
idea of
can't.
the monster things to have them as was I don't know if you've seen it. The what is it called?
Inbred children. What? What do you
Inbred
mean?
children? Nah. Give me a second.
Oh
Is it
God.
Descent?
What
I'm
are
pretty
you?
sure the movie is
Whenever you start
Descent.
to Google something, I get
Um,
spooked.
Yeah, well, at least I'm not googling four-sided shapes.
Because I saw this trap would come up, and then we would have this entire
So
fucking
this one,
cult start.
this is the movie. Okay, so this is where I had the idea of what they could look like. I don't know if it's going to have too many photos of these things. Nope, it's just got photos of women. So these women cavers go down into this cave, and they encounter these humanoid-like blind creatures
Great idea.
that predators and cannibals, and they like eat each other and they start eating the woman and stuff like that. It's awesome. Descent movie creatures. See if I can
Here we
find
go.
a picture of these awesome creatures.
Here we go. I got a perfect one for you.
So this is some of them, sort of. Yeah, something like that. I don't know if you can see that or not.
Oh, I can see that. That's like a goblin-esque thing, though.
But now
I
imagine
I
them
sent you a link,
as
though, and you can definitely go check that out.
imagine them as cruel little children
God.
that eat things.
Oh God! That's perfect.
Yeah,
You should definitely check out my link.
there you go. There's your cult of blind children that I come up with for you.
I more envisioned the thing that I just
Something's
sent you
going
over
on
Skype.
with, oh, you're sending me stuff on. You can't send me stuff on Skype because it messes with your what you look like.
Oh
Strange.
God.
This is the creature from Pan's Labyrinth.
Labyrinth. Yep.
This is an amazing creature. I absolutely adore Pan's Labyrinth.
I got it when I was like
Really good.
6,
Creature.
and it scarred me, but it was great.
When you were 6, wow. I think
Yeah.
I was like 17 or 18 when I watched this. When this came out. So this creature is awesome. I love this creature. from
Yeah,
Pan's
shit. Well, that's
It
probably
is.
also because like the first time I saw it was when I was a child, so
Yeah, it
cool is
is.
that?
It is really creepy, and it's meant to be really creepy. But this is sort of the things that like I think
Oh.
of when I think of like different creatures and stuff to introduce into the world, and more on the nightmarish scale of
the spooky stuff.
of creatures. Because
Oh, there's that.
you've
the
got your
death is from Hellboy thing there. What the hell?
what
Like, there's a thing from Hellboy.
weird.
I don't remember what it's called. It's like in the third row down
Third row.
and near the
Oh,
far
that
left.
thing.
Yeah, that. There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
Very, very, very similar as well
Hellboy
to
creatures are good too.
Pan Labyrinth.
Those are.
That's
Piss off!
these are definitely things that I'd love
PS4.
to look at.
Stop it.
What are you doing?
I'm talking to my PS4. It listens to me. It listens to me, I swear.
It does. It does. I actually talked to my PS4 the other day for the first time.
For the first
Um,
time? Oh, I do it. I do it all the time. I
no,
literally
because
just turn my
you
headset
know,
on to yell Netflix at my PS4.
yeah, but the one of the more recent patches introduced the default on for the voice options. So it's actually on by default, and I never used it until that came on, and it just magically popped up, and I started using it. And I was having so much fun with talking to my PlayStation that my girlfriend decided she had to do it, so she sat down and started ordering my PlayStation to do things. Um,
PlayStation, roll over.
so I think I think she got more kicks out of it than me. But the problem is, it's designed for Americans. So it's
So
designed
it
it's
doesn't
designed
track your
for
voice
their
properly?
no, yeah, it's designed for their accent. So in order for us to be able to do stuff with it, with the
Yeah,
voice
I'm pretty
recognition,
safe.
we have to be really, really clear with what we're saying. And
No,
I
the
think
Americans aren't even clear with what they're saying. They're like, I can't do it
I
perfectly. I have to
I
like
know, but
completely obliterate.
it doesn't
Even
like
though,
these don't understand me. Like trying to use Siri on my iPhone or anything like that, I have to really clearly state what I want. Otherwise, they don't understand because it's not designed for the New Zealand accent, like in the
you have to like
slightest.
try to do the make fun of an American voice.
Not to mention as well, have you tried launching some of the more difficult game titles
Yes.
via voice command?
Yep.
Like a Final Fantasy game. Have you tried
When I
launching a
try to
Final
do
Fantasy game?
Diablo, can't just Diablo. I have to just say Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls, and it loves to
Yes.
butcher that.
Now I have been trying to launch Final Fantasy Type 0 using the voice command on my PlayStation. This is a very big problem because it's Final Fantasy Type Dash 0 HD. But it won't understand that either. Like I have tried so many different
Just
ways
say
of
Final
saying it.
Fantasy.
No, I can't because I've got Final Fantasy 15 on there as well, and very soon I'll have Final Fantasy
Why don't you
10
just try
most
Type
likely.
0?
No, that doesn't work.
Because
It
that
doesn't work.
works with every single
Like I
one of
said,
my
I've
games, except
tried every
for
single way to get it to launch Type 0 and will not launch it. I get the feeling that some of these more
they're racially
these
motivated.
they're
They're fucking racially
they're
motivated.
racially motivated.
I
These
got it.
these
I found it out.
titles that have like numbers or dashes and things in them, like they just don't work with the voice operation. It just doesn't work.
I
So
found that
I have
with
games that I can't play. Like you try and play Final Fantasy, like I've got Final Fantasy Realm Reborn 14 on
wait,
there
you
as well.
can't play them. You actually can't play them because of your voice
No,
commands.
no,
You're
no.
just like, no, the
I
voice
can.
command doesn't work. Fuck it.
The
Nope,
voice command
I'm
doesn't
not gonna
work. I
scroll
can't.
over to it.
Fuck this.
Voice
I
command's
can't
not
play
working. Nope,
games.
throw it out. Throw it out. Who wants to buy a PS4 for $50? I'm fucking getting rid of
I am fucking done.
it.
Goddamn thing. Can't play games
I
on
was
it.
promised voice command. I didn't get voice command.
No, but it's, like I've got 3 Final Fantasy games on there. I've got the 15 demo, I've got Type 0, and I've got 14 Realm Reborn. I will be adding the HD remake of 10 very shortly as well, and the expansion for Realm Reborn Heavensward is coming out, which will change the name of the application when it actually comes out. So, at this stage, I have at least 3 and potentially 4 games that can't be understood through voice recognition at all. They won't work. So I kind of got over voice recognition quite quickly. It was
I'm pretty safe with it. I mean, I don't know. When I speak really clearly, I can definitely make fun of an American.
you can make fun of an American, or you sound like a funny American.
I sound like a prick American. There's definitely a difference. How do I explain this? In Canada, anyway, there's definitely different accents. For example, one of the provinces, Newfoundland, it's an island. people
What?
from the island sound like the stereotypical Canadian. It's fucking hilarious.
Okay.
Oh my god. They sound like fucking fools. It's
Yeah,
perfect. It's
that's
perfect.
amazing. Absolutely amazing.
They
That's right.
they don't
It's the same. Like even in a tiny place like New Zealand, we have the North Island accent, the South Island accent, and the Stewart Island accent. So we have three different
ooh,
accents.
Stewart Island.
Yeah, we have three different
That
accents
sounds so
in New
fancy.
Zealand. And we're a really tiny little country, but it's very easy to tell. Like an Aucklander, um, the difference between an Aucklander and say someone from Dunedin. So Auckland's near the top of the north, Dunedin's bottom of the south. Very easy to tell the difference in their accents because the South Island talks a lot more. It's a lot more nasal, and especially that far down south, they tend to
Mhm.
roll their R's and put a lilt to the end of their sentence or words and things. So
But apparently, to Americans, if you're from Canada, you sound like you're from Australia.
apparently. But then we also have the Stewart Island accent. Stewart Island is just a little island off the bottom of the South
You piece of
Island.
shit.
And it is vastly different to any of the New Zealand accents.
My chair
Um,
just like died, so I have to take a second to fucking
Your chair died. Stop,
to fix it up a
stop
little bit.
eating them cupcakes.
Hey,
Put them down. No,
no,
put them down.
fine, fine.
Put
No, but
the
this chair was
cupcakes down,
broken when I
Tricky.
got it, and it likes to come loose every once in a while, so I have to tighten it up.
I bought a $7 chair in Australia, and it was amazing. It was broken when I first got it, but it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. The comfiest chair I've ever owned. Where the hell are you going? Where's he going? Tricky, get back on stream. Alright, he's disappeared. He's not even listening anymore. He's... We don't even know. He's going poo-poos. No. Maybe. Alright, so, well off topic.
Certainly.
How about we come back to style of the continents? We've got the large continent, which is going to be partially frozen over towards the south. I'm imagining there's probably, as it's going
This
to
chair
be
really is
the
a piece of
bigger
shit.
one, there's going to be potential inland deserts or deserts. Welcome back, Mr. Trekimus.
Hello, children. This chair is still fucked. I'm gonna have to like sit with a straight back.
Just
This
deal
is
with
terrible.
it. You can deal with
This is
it.
just
You can deal with
terrible.
it. We're gonna take a break in like 5-10 minutes time. You can
Perfect.
sort out your chair.
So I get to lean against my wall until then, and that might fuck my green screen, but I'll take the chance.
Indeed.
Hello, wall. How are you?
So, if it's gonna be a large continent, it'll have inland deserts. Are we gonna have any
Tundra.
a tundra?
No meth biomes, I don't think, on this place. I think the meth
Uh,
biome has to be more like secluded from, far away from people. So they have to
Tricky
get there
wants a
if they want to
tundra.
get good meth.
Tricky wants a tundra. Right, no meth on this continent. Fantastic. Are we gonna look at any large bodies of water in these continents?
What, you mean like a sea lake kind of thing, where like a giant lake?
Yeah. Something like
Eh,
that.
sure, why not? They have to
Um,
have some. You gotta give people some fresh water.
Giant lake areas. Chuck in a few of them GLAs. Keep the people happy.
Big ass rivers.
That's where the blind children can come out.
What?
The blind
Fabulous.
children can come out of the lakes. They can walk out of the lakes.
It sounds great.
This sounds fantastic.
It actually just sounds wondrous. I mean, you're just out there fishing, and then all of a sudden, super tide time comes along. The river starts to flood a little bit, and you just have like these little ass children who don't have eyes in their head, or they're blind, or whatever, just come out and they are hungry, so they just decide to eat you and your fish.
And your fish. Can't forget the fish.
No, they didn't really come for the fish. That was more of like icing on top of the cake.
I can't imagine there'd be many fish left if they came out of the lake. If they're hungry and they want to eat stuff.
Well, let's just assume that they don't have to breathe at this point then.
Okay.
Yep.
Scary little blind children that come out of lakes
have
and don't
gills.
breathe. So this is undead blind children we're talking about.
Apparently.
We'll have undead blind children.
We'll figure it out later. I'll handle the blind children.
There's,
Don't worry. Just give me the blind kids.
There's a myth, legend thing. This is sparking recollections of something. Maybe I saw in The Witcher or something.
The Witcher. Ooh, I like The Witcher. I actually never played through The Witcher games completely, but I did read most of the lore from them, which was...
Lamia's Mysteries Goddess, monsters and creatures of Greek mythology. Maybe it's under Greek mythology? I don't know. Children,
what
children demon things.
It sounds like Norse or Celtic to me.
Yeah, that's something. Children, creature, demon things. I don't know. I can't remember. I don't know what they're called.
I'm gonna have to like sit semi-sideways on my chair, so I don't need to use a backrest to feel solid, and I'm gonna have to adjust my.
Welcome to Irish Central. Wow, that's
and now,
not creepy at all.
Hang on, come on.
Irish vampire, Irish headless horseman, Irish wailing king. Okay, that's.
Come on, green screen, don't fail me. There we go.
Alright, we'll come back to that, but I was reminded of something.
I'll continue to search it.
Something along those lines. So small continent 1. Small continent 1.
It sounds like it's Norse to me. I'm gonna keep searching this, even though.
We'll say length versus width, so this will be potentially a longer, elongated continent. Trekky's like,
Yes.
Whatever it is you're saying.
Elongated.
Elongated.
I heard him say elongated. It's funny. I can laugh. Ha ha ha. Giggle.
I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can.
There are Draugr, which you know what they are from Skyrim.
Yeah, but Draugr are just the undead, basically. Warriors and
not
stuff.
completely.
Sort of.
They're revenants. So basically, it's like they can also possess people too. So someone can just all of a sudden become one, apparently, according to Norse mythology.
Awesome. Usually when you die, or on the brink of death.
Yeah.
Maybe. Smaller continent 1, length versus width. I don't know. Are we gonna... Should we make one of these continents more like...
More like what? Exactly.
Well, I was thinking, like, you know, defining attributes for each of the continents. So we have the large one, which is going to be... It's going to be really big. It's going to be like It's going to have tundra-like areas and stuff. It's going to have deserts and large land masses or lake masses and stuff in them.
I was thinking the other one might just be like a hillland kind of sort of thing. So just simple, like there can be like small mountains, but it's also like a mixture of like plains and stuff. You know, like regular, not too exciting, but then you get into the desert or you get into the tundra and you're fucked. Well, not fucked, but...
Is this for the large continent or one of the smaller ones?
I was thinking like one of the large ones. You need to have something boring in there. Something safe.
Something...
I'd like to say. And my bank heist failed, so...
Well, I want there to be, like, some differentiating things between these lands. So you have, like, the big one, which, yeah, will probably be a lot more plains, meadows...
Habitable.
some hills and stuff, and then you'll have like the far south of it will be probably tundra and mountains and stuff like that. The smaller ones, I was thinking along the lines of potentially having having things like a lush rainforest-esque landscape for like the majority of it, and then so it's like just dense bush and woods and forests and stuff, pretty much the entire thing, and there only being like a few pockets of areas that are not like that, or like having, you know, having it go straight from like beach into the forest and stuff like that, so that there's not really plains or anything. It's all wild and covered for the most part.
I think I found what you're talking about, by the way, like with the mythology and stuff.
Did you?
Fairies in Celtic
Fairies?
lore.
Was I talking about fairies? Was that what I was talking about? I don't know.
Well, they kind of, I don't know, they resemble it somewhat, because they look like little kids, and they also like to fuck with people and murder people and do all sorts of weird shit. Or they're like just singing and stuff, or they, you know, murder you and do all kinds of crazy shit.
I'm sure DJ would be able to pinpoint exactly what I was thinking of. He knows a lot of
he'll probably know it right off.
Those sorts of things.
As soon as you mention it, he'll be like, oh, you're talking about blah blah blah.
Encompassed by vast forest and jungle. Something like that. So that'll be really, really cool. Like, this is just like wild, untamed forest, jungle and stuff. And probably not something that you'd be able to colonize very quickly. What are you doing to me, cat? What?
He knows you have catnip.
Ah, you know what the problem is? You know why I'm getting annoyed by my cat right now? I'm getting annoyed by my cat. Because you have a cat? Because I have a cat. I'm getting annoyed by her because the clocks went back an hour, but she doesn't. She knows that it's meant to be food time. I'm sorry,
but it's not food
you don't get food for like another 50 minutes. I know, it's so horrible, isn't it? So horrible.
My dog's good with that.
My poor cat. Hello. She's looking at me like she wants to actually eat me. I have become the meal.
Eats when she's hungry, so it all works out.
No, my cats have to eat at certain times, otherwise they compete with each other, eating each other's foods, and end up throwing up all over the place because they pig out too much.
So, just because they don't want the other one to eat?
Yes.
Great. That sounds a lot like something... You know what? I'm gonna throw that in my blind children stuff.
Your blind children? Your blind fat children that eat each other.
They compete to eat each other. They wrestle and the loser gets eaten. And it's even better because they're blind, so if they want to like eat each other, they don't know what part they're eating exactly.
The eyes first.
But that's the thing, they're gonna be blind, but how are they gonna be blind? Are they even gonna have eyes?
Gotcha!
I still don't know what I'm doing.
I have a hungry kitty.
What are you doing to your cat?
Hello, hungry kitty.
Oh, no!
Hello.
Okay. I've stopped the care at this point.
Look at her, she looks angry.
I can't look at her.
My cat always looks angry.
Yeah, I got a mean mug from your cat the other day.
There you go.
Your cat was like being extremely hateful to me. I was offended.
She looks grumpy, like because of the way that her fur goes over her face. It makes her naturally look grumpy all the time. So she looks at you and she looks like she just wants to hurt you, like all the time.
Well, maybe that's just because she's a cat too. I mean, cats are rather.
She does want to hurt you a lot of the time as well. It's true. Like she is a grumpy cat.
I always preferred dogs myself. I have a small circle of cats that I accept.
She is the feline equivalent to Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Oh,
She
great.
she honestly she goes from being like perfectly nice and civil to I want to eat your face off in
Sounds
like
awesome.
just in a split second. Like you can be patting her and she'll purr and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
turn around and latch onto your hand and bite it.
Yeah,
That's
that's
my
one of the
cat.
things that I don't like about cats. See, dogs don't do that.
No, dogs don't do that. Generally. I have another cat,
Unless
Gizmo, but she's a lot nicer. She doesn't eat
she's a
people.
lot nicer.
She doesn't want to eat.
What else are we gonna do with this other continent?
So this is first smaller continent. I guess that's kind of cool. Like encompass vast forested lands. That gives us an idea of what kind of environments we can do. So we'll do like
Hmm.
jungles, forests, probably some underground
Floating jungle
terrain and stuff.
mountains.
Yeah, really awesome mountain terrain. So like really ones that just like jut up straight up into the air and up into the
Like
clouds
that
amongst
one
the
I showed
trees.
you from where is it? Like that frickin' place that was literally like just it's a spike floor.
Yes, yes. Stuff like that. We can. This is this continent. This continent will be
So
that
that's gonna be like the you
that
don't
kind
want
of
to really
stuff.
live here unless you have to continent.
Yeah, that's right.
So you're
Immense
saying
mountainous terrain.
it's South America.
Uh, Maybe. I don't know. I haven't been to South America. I don't really know much of the terrain in South America. So.
It's like jungles and mountains and places you don't want to go really.
I'm
God damn it,
thinking.
PS4!
Yes. Your PS4 loves you so much. So, smaller continent
should
number
actually
2.
probably turn it off.
Do you have any suggestions of
Hmm.
small
We
continent?
we need to throw this meth biome somewhere. I call it a biome because of Minecraft, of course. But, you know, this meth environment. It's gotta go somewhere.
It's not having a meth environment trick.
You know what I mean? Like the crystalline kind of stone
We
structures,
can possibly
whatever
do that with like this first continent because like do potentially cave systems
they are.
in there as well. Basically what you're saying are you want to see environments that are more extreme, like
Kind of. Here, I need to search it.
more extreme environments. Tricky. This Final Fantasy music's getting annoying at the moment.
You're listening to Final Fantasy music?
Yes. Yes. We're listening to Final Fantasy music, Tricky.
On stream. Okay,
Yes.
I see what you're doing now. I'm trying to find a
see what you
picture,
did there.
an illustration of what I'm trying to portray to you as this environment.
Well, that's all swell, but no.
Without it being like completely terrible.
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 Oh no, that's terrible.
That's another American things that Americans say. Terrible.
I see. Terrible.
They move their top lip too much.
So if we make this more extreme in the environment, so this would be potentially. I'd kind of like to see some of that in the large continent as well.
Mm-hmm.
Extreme environments. Put the hidden magic tag in there because that's what will inevitably cause our more extreme environments. Some of them, anyway. Smaller continent number 2. Is it going to be the smallest? Are we going to have them all different? They're obviously going to be all different sizes, but you know.
Yeah. I was thinking the smaller ones would be relatively the same size, but I guess one has to be smaller than the other. Because they're not going to be the exact same size.
No. No. We should make it so that they kind of jigsaw together as well.
Yeah,
So, you
it
know,
sounds
the
doesn't
whole,
sound bad to me.
so that they look like they were once part of a supercontinent sort of thing.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know. I reckon
Here we go.
I don't know what I reckon right now.
I'll put this link in chat.
I reckon maybe we take a break.
Sounds not too bad to me. I had to fix this damn chair. It's actually, you don't realize how lazy you are until you
Tiny,
have to sit up straight for
tiny
like
picture is
5
tiny.
minutes. I don't know how big it is.
It's
I
tiny.
googled it, so
It's all good.
let's see. It is rather tiny.
We can add in stuff like that. We can definitely add in stuff like that. All right. How about we take a bit of a break, refresh. I need potentially another coffee, and then
I need to
we will
ask
come
people to
back.
sponsor me, so I'm definitely gonna grab a brand name sports drink.
Fantastic,
I'm
fantastic.
gonna have to take the label off and wrap it in a piece of paper that says brand name sports drink.
Alrighty. All right, we're gonna take a few minutes break. We will be back ever so soon with a little more Trekimus.
Ooh,
Ooh.
sounds so Roman.
All right, we'll be back.